Hello everyone, I'm XS Horizon. Why do I say that many audiophiles today simply don't understand what constitutes the core, what a player is, what a bridge is, or what a controller is? I can tell you, even some of us in the industry aren't entirely clear on it. Why? Because the protocols themselves were defined differently by various manufacturers and apps. It's perfectly normal for many audiophiles to be confused about what's what. So let me explain the fundamental principles. A player or audio source essentially consists of three key components: storage or music server. This could be called the storage music player, music server, or music management server. Why storage or music management server? Because some players think all-in-one units might lack a music management server. They can't automatically scan or categorize your music library. They only display folders. That essentially means it's just a hard drive or NAS without music management capabilities. High-end players like AMC, however, do have music categorization and management. This layer adds music management services on top of the basic storage. So the first category is music storage, which could be network storage, local hard drive storage, and sometimes includes a music management server function. The player playback engine, what I call the playback controller. Some people call this the controller, others the player. I emphasize calling it the playback controller because its core function is to read the data from the storage HDD server, NAS music server. It reads the data in its native format, APE as APE, Florida AC as FLAC, then performs tasks like decompressing compressed files. Uncompressed files might be buffered. It reads the data, buffers it locally, often into RAM for playback, displays playback time and status information, and outputs the audio stream to the output stage. More on that next. Crucially, this component handles the actual playback, reading, playing, controlling, play pause, etc., buffering, decompression, and even processing like filtering, upsampling, SRC, sample rate conversion. It does all this before output. This playback engine is more critical and complex than the simple storage or music server. The output, we call this the output or output stage. In modern digital players, there are generally two types of outputs. Network bridge output. This outputs the processed audio stream over a network protocol like Directa to a separate network bridge device, which then connects directly to the DAC local output. This uses local sound card drivers like Azure on Windows, specific drivers on Android or macOS to output the processed audio stream directly to a locally connected device like a USB DAC. This is a pure output function, essentially acting as a local endpoint or bridge to the DAC. So it's fundamentally divided into these three parts. Why the confusion? Different playback software implements these roles differently. For example, UPNP. This protocol strictly defines a UPNP server music storage plus management. A UPNP controller like Bubble UPNP or 8-player, and a UPNP renderer. Crucially, the UPNP controller is not the playback engine. It doesn't read the data, buffer it, or process it. It's purely a remote control. The actual playback happens in the UPNP renderer. The UPNP server is just storage plus management. The controller reads status from the renderer to display to you. So the roles are distinctly separated. This works differently. Surprisingly, on a Windows Roon core, the playback engine processing, etc., resides within the Roon server itself. The Roon bridge is then just a pure output device. The Roon controller app is just a remote control, not handling the data stream. The Roon server reads the file, performs upsampling, processing, and plays the audio, sending the stream to the Roon bridge for output. The controller only displays status and sends control commands. My goal today is to clarify this an audio player source fundamentally consists of these three aspects: storage, server, playback engine, and output. Different software implements these roles in different ways or combines them differently. You can't generalize. Thank you all.